green point red strangle.
Chris said something on Slack that said, let's sign on at 6:30.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Whoops, thank you.
Oh, he said to do 6:30 instead.
Where did everybody go?
That color scheme's kind of like Aquaman. It's cool. Oh, I didn't know the guy was shirtless. Nice looking knife. Oh boy. Narcissus. Nice name.
What's up, everybody?
Hi.
Did everybody get my note on Slack? Says we're starting at 6:30.
Yep.
Great.
At least now.
That's why I like Slack. It's works pretty good. So I'll try and let you know at least 30 minutes before class if I have to push back. But today I had to push it back a little bit busy. Okay. So how was everybody's week?
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Everybody's so enthusiastic. Okay. Everybody watched the video?
Yep.
Yep.
A couple times.
Yeah, I did.
Great. Okay. Well, I have a quiz.
Ooh, right off the bat.
Might as well. I mean, no. What else are we gonna do? I don't know. I mean, you guys may be safe because I've still got to figure out how to make it go live here. So let's see, quiz, and then how do I make it available? I'm gonna shuffle the questions here. Let's see if I click on this button, see what happens. Nothing. Ah, here we go. That's easy. Okay, do you guys know how to I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it should be on the homepage of our class. Now,
See it in the quizzes section.
You see it in the quizzes section?
Yep.
Great. Everybody go to the quizzes section and take the quiz. How about if I give you I'll give you a. I don't know how long it's going to take. Actually, it won't. That's the one thing about this thing; it won't let you test it. So I'd say let's take 15 minutes, and then you guys are welcome to go dark. Take the quiz, and then when you're done with the quiz, put your video back on, so I know that most everybody's done. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right.
See you in a minute.
See ya. All right, Jeff, that was quick. You done?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Some dudes be pretty easy. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear
Yeah.
everybody else. So pretty easy?
I've seen it all enough times. It's not too hard for me.
Oh,
Nothing new.
good. She does a pretty good job of going over it. My dog loves Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, that's good for them.
Mhm. Oh, he eats good he eats good all the time. I allow him to have these little fun little stuff every now and again.
I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but if it has xylitol in it, it will kill your dog.
Oh, I better
Just
check.
make sure
I
there's
don't know if
no
it has xylitol.
Okay.
Xylitol? What's xylitol? Hang on, let me go get the box. I'll be right back.
That's that picture.
Let me see.
My sister's, I don't know exactly what it is, but my sister's a vet tech and she said they see cases all the time because of xylitol. And like a lot of dogs die.
It does not have xylitol in it.
Oh, good.
It's got all kinds of dyes, but
Oh, great. Even better.
outside of that, no xylitol. What is xylitol? I don't even know. Have to look that up.
Xylitol is an artificial sweetener.
Oh yeah, I don't even consume that stuff.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Aspartame, none of that. I have the real deal. I don't even like low fat stuff. I eat real fat. Okay, is everybody done with their test?
Pretty much. No.
Are we supposed to get scores? Because it didn't give me one.
I didn't get one either.
Okay, cool.
I have no idea. I don't know. First time.
I'm going to say this was very official of you to do it on a quiz like this. It was
Mhm.
threw me for a loop, my dudes.
I know.
I was like, what is going on?
I know. Weird. I don't know. Let me see if I can find out how to. I might have to write Beth. Yeah, I put on a movie this weekend and just kind of watched it. Student preview. I don't even know if I can see the results. Maybe it's under.
There's a place you can see it. Let me see.
I'm sure there is. I just don't know.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go under grades. How's that? That might be a good place to look. I don't see anybody. Now the site just crashed on me. No, I don't see anybody's. I don't know. I guess I'll have to go with Beth. Hopefully we won't have to. I think it's hopefully it recorded something. I don't see anything showing up. So whatever.
It says attempt 1 out of 2, so I'm assuming it recorded it. Like usually it'll say that when you like finished a quiz.
Yeah, I put you guys can have 2 attempts on this. That's what I put, just in case you feel like you didn't do so great the first time. Yeah, I don't know. They haven't trained me on any of this stuff. I just kind of figured this quiz out. So just make sure you save it. All right, Beth, and hopefully have the results for you next class. How's that? Was it hard? Did you guys? Was there any questions that stumped you?
Only the, what does K stand for? Is like kind of a trick question because.
It is tricky. She goes over it in the video.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering.
What does K stand for, guys?
Key.
One more time.
E.
It stands for key.
Key.
Key, yep.
Wait,
Key. But
did I get that?
honestly, it's black. But it's just kind of like old terminology. So it's kind of a trick question. But I want you guys to know the right stuff, so. It's the key color. It's the last one added. That's always important too. Why is knowing that the black is always the last one added? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
How?
That makes sense.
Can help you understand, like, if you're making some artwork.
Black,
Just-
basically black, the key color will overprint.
Yeah,
You know what that means? Overprint?
print on top of it.
Yeah, it'll print on all the colors. All the other colors will knock out. What does that mean?
They won't have a space there.
They'll have a space there. Like they'll knock out, right? So if there's like, we've got a cyan plate where we got a cyan layer, we got a magenta layer, and we got a yellow layer. If there's one layer that yellow doesn't go in, it'll knock out on that plate. And black will just overprint everything. So knockout, for like in print terms, I want you guys to for next week, I want you to research knockout as it regards to print and come being able to discuss it intelligently. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yep, good. Yeah, knockout. My dog still thinks I have some more Sour Patch Kids, so he keeps bugging me. I'm like, dude, they're gone. They're all gone. No more. He just looks at me like, but there has to be more. All right, so how's everybody's week? Been paying attention to the election? I haven't. Has anybody?
Nope.
No, I'm so over the media right now.
Yeah. They have a way of, why are you over it?
Oh, it's just overwhelming. Like, you don't know what's the truth, what's not the truth, and there's so much bias, like, everywhere. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. And COVID's kind of intensifying it all too, right?
Yeah. I'm so sick of hearing about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, sorry I was late. My girlfriend actually had a flat. I had to go change her tire for her. It was a Volkswagen, so I had to like figure out a whole bunch of crap. Because my opinion on Volkswagens is they over-design everything. She's got a special anti-theft, wheel bolt or whatever, and you had to tear apart the car just to find that. And she's like, "Oh, I changed the tire a long time ago. I don't remember where that is." So that was nuts. But anyway, got it done. How are the projects coming along? So some of you guys didn't have quite 60 thumbnails yet, and then others had 60. And then I sent you in a couple of directions. I'd like to kind of take a look at that stuff tonight. So did anybody, I'm gonna go over to Drive. I wanna make sure that you guys are uploading to Drive. Everybody get their work
Can't
uploaded?
access Drive again, so do you just want me to throw it into Slack like I did last week? Or the week before?
Why can't you access Slack or Drive?
I don't know. If you want to send a link again, I can try.
I'm gonna put one in the,
Because I have a PDF for it again, but I don't know if you'll be able to open it.
let's see. I'm gonna share this
Where
folder.
do you want us to put them?
Well, hopefully an assignment 1 folder makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just didn't see a specific folder. I didn't want it to get confused over anything.
Well, what would be ideal, let me poke my head in this folder. What would be ideal is in assignment 1 if you each created your own folder.
Okay.
now, and then threw that in there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
If people are doing it already. Awesome.
Wait, you said we should make our own folder in there?
Yeah. Under assignment 1, make your own folder and start posting your work in there. That way I can keep everybody and keep track of everybody. I think that's what makes the most sense. And Lauren, I'm posting a link to that. Here in this Zoom chat, I just put a link to the drive again. And the permissions are anybody with link can edit. So I've done as much as I can do on my end. So yeah, make your own folder and upload your work into there real quick.
I've got mine in there.
Yeah, I see some of you already have it in there. Michaela's in there. Looks like Matthew's got it. I got a pause and egg statement folder. It looks like somebody created that, which is awesome. Cool. Lauren, looks like you're able to get in. Is that right? Looks like it.
Yeah, I'm in. I just have to figure out how to add my pictures to it because it's not coming up through my drive, which is weird.
You'll just be able to just drag it in the window.
Okay.
That's what I like about Drive. It's super easy. Or I wrote Beth about OneDrive. She says, yeah, it's a nightmare. So I was like, yeah, we're just going to stay on Google Drive. And is anybody like, are you guys looking at my posts that I've been?
Yeah.
Great. There was like some new kind of cool kind of political stuff I saw that was making the rounds this week on Instagram. So I went ahead and put it in the news. And I think I actually put it in.
Yeah, one of them was really pretty. The Biden and Harris one with the ribbon and all the flowers.
Yeah, that was that's the print magazine stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, right? Like, remember last week's talk? There's not much concept. So if there's no concept, then where's the burden of the piece, right? What has to do the work?
Execution.
Execution, right? And that's just if you want to make interesting stuff. Like look at the poster behind me. Conceptually, it's pretty heavy. So look at the execution. It's very light. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get completely hung up on it, but this is a poster for
It looks like that lamp from the old movie A Christmas Story.
yeah, kind of. It's a fancy award. Yeah, the leg lamp. But yeah, he's mixing a lady leg with a champagne flute. And so there's enough there to make it interesting without, because it's like more deliberate you make sometimes, the less interesting it is.
Okay, Chris, I can't get a folder open in there. I've got too many tabs open. My internet won't handle it. I'll just have to wait until I can close some stuff.
Okay.
But I've uploaded all my work in there.
Great. Okay. All right, let's see where we are. All right. Let me just refresh, make sure I see everybody. Okay, so let's go with Lauren real quick. Let's open yours up. Yeah, yours is still acting funny, your PDFs. How are you making these PDFs, Lauren? Let's figure that out.
I use Adobe Acrobat.
Tell me the process.
I just click on Adobe Cloud and click Adobe Acrobat and then just create a PDF. Like I changed this one to see if it was a portfolio because the last one I just did a regular PDF. Well, like when you send in your portfolio, like for a PDF for like a resume, they always have me, like I've done it multiple times through Adobe and I've done it that way, where it just adds all the pictures into like one little thing.
Does that make sense to anybody else? No, it doesn't make sense to me either. Okay, so basically I'm going to share my screen real quick. Let me just
Okay.
walk you through this. All right, so I'm in Acrobat. This is the way I would do it. It should make it a lot easier because I don't know this format that you're using. So I'm in Acrobat. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Great. So I'm going to try and go to so we've got this thing. And let's see if I got some, like you're just doing sketches, right? So you can go to your photos or whatever. Let me see what I got on my desktop. I probably have some screen grabs I can take. That's me. I was working on stuff. All right, so here's some work. You'll see some, I've been working on my site, so you'll see some things. So what I can do is what's easy is you can just take one and then open it in Adobe Acrobat, and it opens this way. So I've got one of my screen grabs, right? So you can do this with photos, whatever you got. And then I'm going to say organize pages and see how I get a little thumbnail. And I think, I'm not mistaken, there's a couple different ways. So I'm just going to grab a few more screen grabs. I'm going to drag them in here into this window. And then boom, there we go. And then I can save this out. I'm in Finder now, but I can save this out as, choose a different folder. I hate how Adobe's like trying to give you way too many options here. I just want to see my Finder, and then I want to save this to the desktop, and I'm going to say, call this my quick PDF. And then I don't even have to close it. I mean, it's still open. I just come back over here. Instead of organize, I'll close that, and then the thing just works like a regular PDF. Somehow with yours, what I'm getting is here while I'm watching, your PDF looks like it's good, and then I get this.
That's weird because I literally do the same exact thing that what you just did. I
Well,
just create a new one
it
and then I
says right
add my
there,
files
open
to it
this
and I save
PDF
it.
portfolio.
Yeah. I don't need a PDF portfolio because if you just save me a PDF, then what I can do is it opens up in this browser and I can even make comments and stuff on it.
Well, that's what I tried to upload last time, and it wasn't a portfolio. It was just regular PDF, and it wouldn't work. So I tried to switch it and see if a portfolio would work this time, but it didn't.
How are you? What is what it looked like? That's what it looked like the same time too. How are you? What setting are you saving it as?
Just a PDF. I mean,
I'm just
hold
doing
on.
save
Let me-
as. How do you? I don't even know how to save a portfolio. What the heck does that even mean? You know what I mean? Does anybody else know? Can you guys help me out? See, I'm doing this. PDF files, optimized. Like, what file format are you saving?
Just a regular PDF. I promise you, it just comes up as a PDF because I pull it up just fine. I don't know, maybe if I email it to you, it might be different, but like I said, I can always throw them into Slack real quick. I saved them that way too.
It still pulls up for me, like when I get it, it still pulls up the same way. Like, look, well, let's just try like Ramirez here. This is Grisette's, I think. Yeah, hers pulls up just like this.
Okay.
So I don't know. There's something going on. It's either your computer's acting funny or maybe there's a You're using the current version of Acrobat, right?
Yep, sure
Adobe
am.
Creative Cloud. Okay, something's going on. So, Grisette, where are we now? What have we been doing? What did I tell you to do? Did I send you off in directions? Hello,
Yeah, some of us.
Grisette. Is she on here? She is on here. Grisette, are you there? I see her, but maybe she's stepped away. Okay, I'll go to the next person. Linda, nothing's in there. Okay, Matthew.
Sorry, I was muted. I can't drag them in because I can't have another window open at the same time I'm on Zoom. But mine are over in the thumbnails file, the original one.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to main. Remind me of that, Linda.
Sure.
Okay, Matthew. Oh, here's your oh, that's great. This is your examples of intellectual contrast, yes?
Yes.
Great. So tell me about this first piece. I can't really tell what's going on, so you got to tell me what's happening.
Like a bucket in a well.
Where's the intellectual contrast?
I mean, to me, that's something you don't ordinarily see.
What is it that we don't normally see?
Normally, when you're at a well, you see a bucket go down into it. You don't see the bucket as the well.
Okay, so there's a wheel. That wheel signifies, that cliche is supposed to signify a well, yes?
Yeah.
Got it. What's happening with the Facebook likes?
I guess the more likes you get, the better you feel about yourself. That's just my guess.
Yeah, feeding your ego.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's what's going on. All right. And we got guns I made out of chocolate. Got a burning
Fire hydrant.
got a burning fire hydrant. Sadly, this one's not so contrasty. Although, you know, we've got a relationship forming between the stumps and the rhino horn, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, ball games. I don't get this one. Do you guys?
Looks like they're throwing out, they're playing ball with a sign.
Sign that says no ball games. Got it.
Yeah.
It's kind of Banksy-esque. Wonder if it is a Banksy. Okay, he's like, yep. This is a common. This one's very common. Okay, very good, and very good, Matthew. I can see that that you totally understand intellectual contrast. Let's look at your stuff now. All right, so this is the moving forward, doing it a couple of different ways. Very nice. Okay, let's see. What's going on with this number one here, vote?
Remember my America is a garden, your vote is its gardener?
Mm-hmm. So number one, what I'm seeing is it looks like a head with a mouth and it's eating some corn.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting. That's funny.
With
I
the
like
words.
that.
I think that was actually one of your suggestions.
Oh, really? I don't remember saying that. I think you came up with that by yourself. What is this? What's it? I can't read it on his arm. What does it say there? Vote?
Uh-huh.
America, and it's pulling. Okay.
Yeah.
There's something to this garden and voting thing. What do you guys think? It's kind of working for me.
It's very interesting. Like,
Hmm.
makes me think about it.
Think about what?
About how he's interacting with the voting and America, and this kind of think I'll stick in my head.
Okay, anybody else?
You know, it's like giving life to America, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's also very wholesome, like with voting. America also, America looks good when you talk about farmlands and all this stuff. I think there's this weird kind of interesting thing that's happening, especially just like this vote.
It's optimistic.
Yeah, it's very optimistic and it's very nice. Like this watering can that says "Vote and it's sprinkling America." That's kind of working for me. This one with the ear of corn and he's eating it says "Vote." I mean, it doesn't really make much sense, but in a way, like in a abstract way, it kind of does, doesn't it? So if we have to tell them one direction to go in, which one should it be? So here's like, let's look at all of them first. We got this gardening thing. That's kind of cool. Like for me, see, I can go ahead and, if I can get over here. See, what's cool is I can like comment, you know? To me, this one, so far, this one, I think this one's kind of interesting. This one. Now let's move on. Like, what's happening here, Matthew? Like he's reaching for something. What's going on?
That hand is supposed to be reaching for, you could say it's a tomato, and it says America on it.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, and we got the basket. Okay, that's a little too much America. Okay, so now let's move into this is the other concept we're starting to develop here. We've got tombstones.
Yeah, you like that idea.
Yeah, I did. I like that one to begin with. Rip America. Are they laying it in the grave here? Is that what's going on? These are pallbearer guys?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I really feel like oh yeah, and then we had a video game idea. I really like these little illustrations too, man. The way you've drawn these are kind of really kind of nice. Voting on fire. That's right. We had a fire one too. That was pretty good.
And then toward the end, I decided to kind of combine them.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes that works, but very rarely. You know, we got to watch what we add. Okay, where do we tell them, guys? I think I'm more drawn to the gardening ones, but I want to give you guys a little bit of time. Is there anything here you guys see that's interesting?
Nothing that you haven't already marked, Chris.
What's the on the ones with the graves? What's the shape that they're in? Is like on number 20.
Hold on.
Number 20. Oh, that's like his quick hand for the America. I'm assuming that's for the America outline.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Okay, I get it.
That's just quick hand for that.
Let's say America's turned into a graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I do.
Glad I couldn't see it very well, and it looked like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Little Pac-Man.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. But honestly, I feel like for me, it's down to these three, Matthew, for me. I think those are the most interesting. And there's something really kind of groovy that's happening with this gardening. And so we got three good directions. I love just the one where the guy's eating corn. It just says vote on it. It's just like, it's so random, but works in such a weird way. I mean, for some reason, I can't even put why I think it's interesting. I can't even articulate. I just think it's kind of an interesting idea. The Vote America and the America Sunflower, I just feel like they're just kind of like, they just feel so wholesome. I just love to see that. I'd love to see what you do with both of those. So where should we tell them? Like, okay, so here's where we are. If we do Vote America, it's conceptually not very, there's not a whole lot of intellectual contrast here, right? In the
Right.
like, I think there's most intellectual contrast where it says where he's eating the corn and it says vote. And then America, like, I'm seeing these two as very kind of like, the weight of the pieces are all going to be on execution, right? So these have to be the style in which you do these. You need to work that out. Even this one, for the most part, I think there is some interesting things on the vote that kind of we can pull down the execution a little bit because it needs to be a little bit simpler. And both of these I think could be a little bit simpler, but they have to be done pretty well. Like, I would run with, I'm going to let you choose which out of these three you want to do, or if you want to do all three, that would be really great. I think these would make a great triptych, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember we started with the idea that we were going to do a triptych, and I said, oh, let's don't make it too complicated. If a triptych comes out of it, I think you just take a stab at making all three of these posters. That's what I think. So move into that direction and do those. So I think that's great. I think they're great. Okay.
So more thumbnails, or just get right to it?
Get right to it, man. Start working it out. Figure out the style. Figure out how you're going to do it.
Hey, Chris, I uploaded it one more time on it. Like, I saved it a different way if you want to look at it and see if it'll pull up.
Okay.
If not, I'm going to throw it into Slack. But it should. I put it under 1.
Is it 2?
No, it's 1.
Question.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, that's my tile. I just threw that in there to show you that I did it. But
nice. Great.
So it is
awesome.
done.
Good job. Hey, what Matthew? Sorry, Matthew had a question. What is it?
Go ahead.
What program? Photoshop?
That's up to you, man. Depends on how you want to execute it. Is it going to be vector or is it going to be raster?
I'll have to think about that.
Think about it. I actually, if I were you, I would try some loose ones and a couple of different styles to figure that out. You know what I mean? What is it? And kind of evaluate your skill level. Do I think I could pull something off really nicely in Illustrator or Photoshop? That's kind of where you need to think. And I would try maybe make just a little test one, just a little small one, just to kind of go see for next class. Like, do it a couple different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Or, this is the process of figuring out how do you want to do it? How do you want to work?
Well, I say that because for some...
I'm listening.
So I used those same programs for last semester, and apparently my trial for them says expired, and for some reason I'm unable to use it anymore.
Well, you probably don't have up-to-date credentials. Doesn't the school Don't you guys have creative access to Creative Cloud because you're enrolled at Nashville Tech? That's what I've been told.
Yes. So as long as you've got it set up and signing into your NSCC email, you should have access to all of Adobe.
Well, I got an email saying I'm back in, and I tried logging into it. For some reason, it still won't work.
So there's a help desk at school. Does anybody, you guys familiar with this? I am not set up to like assist you with this because I don't know what they have going on here. But I think you should contact like the help desk and tech support at school.
Mm-hmm.
And they will be able to walk you through that. Just do that tomorrow, and they should be able to walk you through getting you all set back up.
Right.
Hang on, I gotta turn on this light. There's not a whole lot of light anymore. Okay, that should be better. All right.
Are you working from home tomorrow?
All right, so Lauren, let's take a look. So some of these are what you had, and then you added,
Yeah,
just
Photoshop
finished
work
out until you got 60, right? Is that what?
Correct. Yeah. I
Okay.
got to 60 there.
This the end?
Yeah, that's the end.
This is kind of interesting. What's going on with this?
I was just kind of going back to like your original like design fundamental class and just trying to use just like regular lines, just regular shapes, just to see if I could come up with something that wasn't typical, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we want, something that's not typical. That's a good. Don't burn your chance. Don't burn our chance.
Don't it's supposed to be don't burn your chance to make America. It's like they're matches.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm trying to figure out how to simplify.
Oh, okay.
It's like we're saying way too much here. Like I like
Right.
the visual, but then I like the American flag made out of matches. That's interesting, right? Just need to, like, if you go in this direction, you need to simplify what it says.
Okay.
It's a little heavy-handed.
Okay.
The way that it's being delivered right now. Everybody get what I mean when I say heavy-handed?
It's
Much on there. It's just
It's a little preachy. It's a little trying too hard. You know what I mean? It's a little too deliberate. And we all can identify when we're exposed to stuff like that, right? It's like it just makes you want to go. It makes you cringe a little bit, and you want to be like, right? But I think the visual and the concept's good. We just need to kind of trim that, making the point down. I'm wondering if we need to say so. I'm wondering if we need to say as much as we do, right?
Okay.
So I would start, if you run with this one, you just start with the visual, and hopefully by the end we'll nail the copy.
Okay.
This one's good too. Like this one's all about execution. Like it looks interesting right now. How would you execute this to make it look good, right? That's the question.
Okay.
What does it look like in its final state? Even this cool like typography, this looks kind of nice. It's kind of cutesy, kind of balloon animal-y. That one's all right. What's going on with these balloons here?
It's not necessarily balloons. They're like people talking. Like, you know how like protesters and like all the movies you hear like what do we want? We want this. When do we want it? We want it now. And so that's kind of what I went with, was like, what do we want? A vote for president. When do we want it? November 3rd. That's kind of, I just did like the old school kind of thing.
You just literally answered it.
Yeah, kind of.
We want lower taxes and COVID to go away. When do we want it? November 3rd. Okay, ease your mind. Oh, this one is so cute. It's amazing. I'm not sure if this was a new one or not, but.
Yeah, it was, well, I did it in class when you were like, you have to finish 60. I was like, oh, okay.
Do you see any results from me making you do 60?
I see a big difference between the original 60 that I did and then these 60.
Yeah. Like you have to, like, we're training your brain to think. Because right now what happens is, this is hard, my brain wants to stop.
Right.
It's like running.
Right.
I'm horrible at running. I see a stop sign like 1/10 of a mile in front of me. I'm like, oh, I need to stop. I'll just make it to that stop sign and stop. This one's also kind of cool. It's very 80s. You got a bunch of 80s stuff in here.
I like the 80s. I was born in the wrong age.
I was born in the 80s. How come I can't cut? Come on. I've been watching Halt and Catch Fire. Have you seen this?
Catch Fire, I have not.
Halt and Catch Fire. Anybody seen that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nobody? It's on Netflix. Watch it. It's good. It's AMC. Okay, it's not letting me comment. Highlight an area to comment on. Okay. I'm highlighting it. Okay, just remember this Trump one.
Okay.
I think that one. So now I want you to go into stage 2, which is we've got some directions. I want you to kind of iterate on those directions and see where they land. I think some of them were really close, but
Okay.
you know,
Sounds good.
just how Matthew did that. You see how he got to some good places by doing that?
Yep.
Those concepts, but just start iterating in there.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Do you guys see there's a method to this process here? Is everybody seeing this? Is it still too early to tell?
I think I'm kind of seeing it.
I mean, right now you kind of can see it through other people because I don't think I've worked with you through this stuff yet, but I think I see the lights coming on for some of you. Okay, who am I looking at here? Marianne. Which
Hey.
one do I open up?
This is just all the thumbnails I've done.
Yeah, aren't you? Didn't I send you in directions last time?
You just wanted me to do more, but I was just really I was just really art blocking there. So I don't think you told me any specific things, just to do more. That's the original ones that I've done.
And what do you got? What did you bring in for now? Is this more thumbnails today?
Yeah, well, I think I already showed you this one, but I did do a few in the third one.
Okay, so we were at, you hadn't done all 60 yet. 1, 2.
No,
So are you at 60 now?
I do not think so.
You got to do 60. That's the assignment. 60 thumbnails.
Yeah,
60 thumbnails. You're late.
I know.
I was lenient last week. Now I got to bring the hammer.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to have to ride you guys to do this. 60 thumbnails. Do them next week. All right, who's next? Michaela. All right, Michaela. I think I sent you in directions, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, great. Whoa, whoa.
Nice.
I wasn't really feeling the $sign with the flag one. I think once I make it,
You know
I'll
what?
feel
I
better
can-
about it because
I
I can
can
add
tell.
texture.
You know, I can tell. For some reason, I can't make this thing. Okay. So
What's with the language?
this is just one. This is just one of them, right? Is there another?
Yeah.
Page? Do you see how I just made that multiple page PDF by dragging things in there? I showed Lauren that.
Oh, yeah.
Do that next time, will you? So they're all in one place.
Sorry.
Okay, so oh yeah, so we were talking about doing
Super propaganda-y.
super propaganda.
And I was thinking when I actually put it into the computer, I was going to make it like it actually looked like in the 40s and 50s. Like
Yeah, that'd be
newspaper
great.
style and darker colors.
Okay.
But I didn't really know how to depict that on paper.
Okay, which ones do you feel? Which ones are you feeling?
I really like the crown and the Trump's hand up ones.
Okay, can you start roughing those both in?
Yeah.
And then really to choose a direction, Like, I don't know where your illustration skills are. How are you gonna execute?
I think I really wanted to like paint in Photoshop. I'm a really horrible artist, but I'll try. I was gonna do like different elements on each poster. Like I'm a terrible artist.
What do you mean? Different elements. You're gonna like do.
Oh, like I was gonna like maybe draw something and scan it in to put it on the poster.
Yeah. So this week, what I want you to do is I want you to do a quick execution, like a go-see. It's so funny. Like one of my students last time I taught, she was like, she didn't know what I was talking about when I say a go-see. What's a go-see?
I've never heard the term.
Yeah, it's not really a term. It's just like we're gonna go and see. We're just gonna try it.
Oh,
right?
oh.
The go-see. Let's do a go-see. Just do a try. Just do a quick try in both directions, and because I want you to pick the one you feel most confident that you can execute well. So I think you need to try both of them at first, and then say, you'll know really quickly whether you'll get in there and be like, I don't know if I can do this, right?
Okay.
Now don't be scared. Like, I can help you do some stuff, but
is there any that you see or like just don't even do this? It looks.
Well, to me, it's the crown and the really political one. Like, I don't know enough from like looking at this to really like these are still kind of like super thumbnail-y, like not a lot of change. Like, I think for you, we need to start looking at kind of execution for real. These are solid concepts. You just need to figure out how we're going to execute. Like, honestly, from what I'm seeing here, like proportionally, the silhouette looks best this size.
That's what I was thinking too.
Or really small, and the type dominates.
Okay.
But like here, it's neither here nor there. It's just in the middle. Here again, it's just here or there, here nor there. And I don't know why there's 3.
Oh, I was looking at 40s and 50s posters, and they like put the person, like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a domino effect with the person's body.
Yeah, you're looking at like constructionist kind of. You're looking at old Soviet stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they do something like, yeah, you could totally do something like that. But yeah, I think proportionally he looks either big, he looks good big, or he looks good small. But stay away from this middle zone. I don't care if you repeat them, that's cool, but just have him fill the space. You know what I mean? Right here, look. Okay, everybody listen. And I want you to write this down. I want you to commit this to memory. When a layout fails, it's because everything is roughly the same size.
Oh.
Notice her people and MAGA up here occupy roughly the same space. So your eye is going to like do nothing but ping pong between the two.
That makes sense.
Layouts look good when there is a clear hierarchy on what's going on. Like this hack poster behind me. It says hack, right? It's very simple. There's a bunch of doodads in there, but they don't compete. Like what you got to watch out for is, see right here, this MAGA and these 3 silhouettes, they compete for attention because they're the same size. They don't have a boss. So you need to decide what your hero is. Like, that's why these layouts function better, because here the actual picture of Trump is going to be the boss, and here the type is going to be the boss. You see that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good.
So basically decide what your boss is.
Yeah, well, the hero. And you can decide what the hero is, and then you can make it the biggest thing or the smallest thing. Sometimes the smallest thing becomes the hero. Like, look, here. Everybody see that? Let me just stop sharing my screen so it's bigger. Okay, everybody see this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's the hero?
Smoke cloud.
Is it? What's the most different thing on the page?
The ember.
The ember that says what?
Oh, it says something? Come on
It doesn't
now.
say anything. What does it mean?
It's
Oh.
lit.
It's lit.
It's a cigarette.
No, that ain't a cigarette, son. That's not a cigarette.
Really? I can't see the difference.
Oh no, that's a joint.
Right. That's like, so that's a commentary on legalized marijuana in America, right? It's like that would make a great Time magazine cover. You know what I mean? It's a nice illustration. Put it on George Washington. It's hilarious.
To me, a cigarette is a cigarette, no matter what type it is.
All right. So who's next?
No matter what it looks like, either.
All right. Who's next? Okay. Let me go back. So okay, Michaela, you're good moving forward, right?
Yep.
Why the language?
Because it's funny.
R3.
R3.
Yeah, that was last week's. R2 is last week's.
R2D2. Hang on. I lost it. Struggling over here. Hang on. Come on. Open up. R3. Thank you. All right. Let me. Can I zoom out of this? No. Okay, so this one's gonna have to be really pretty. So you're gonna have to up the pretty game here. How can we up the pretty game?
Well, for me, what I was thinking with that, to make it just like pop, bringing in some like almost embossed metal sort of textures to it or something, to where it's not just like, oh, black text. They're like, oh, okay, that's cool. But
yeah, we need to up the pretty game. Like the soul weight is on execution, right? It's gonna have to be super pretty. This one, I'm still seeing like in the crop, in the proportions, like these skulls are huge, man. I'm still trying to have to zoom out. Like I realize I'm looking at them big because for some reason they're just coming in huge for me. But still, it's like there's no room, there's no space here. Like you've got no room, there's no room.
okay.
Like we are zoomed in. Why are we so close to this skull? Like why couldn't you do like a, can I do this? Hang on, let me see. All right.
I like the way its mouth is sewed shut.
I'm gonna annotate. So I'm just gonna draw on top of this. I mean, let's say for instance, can you guys see this?
Yes.
Stop. Why aren't we trying some that just say stay, with a skull in the middle? You know what I mean? And then silent. Why aren't we trying some of those?
Okay.
Because right now it's like, it's all about the skull when it needs to be a little bit more about the message as far as I'm concerned. I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
No, that makes sense.
Cool. How do I not annotate anymore? Okay, there we go. So now
You
we're
have
going to be stuck. You're going to see my thing over everything.
Nice.
How do I get rid of that?
You have the right to remain silent.
There it
Take
is.
advantage of it.
Okay, clear all drawings. There we go. Awesome. Cool. Okay, and these are like crazy lines. I think the ones with the vote knocked out aren't as good as the ones where you actually have to kind of figure out what it says.
Right.
It's easy to see. Oh yeah, and this one's the vote. And what is this? Be a good neighbor, register to vote. Do I remember this one?
I don't know. You saw it.
What is it?
It's My Neighbor Totoro, the Studio Ghibli movie from the 80s.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think we're leading with the strongest three. Okay, guys, what do you think? Help him out here. Which one should he go? Which direction should he go with? It'd be nice to choose, but
I like the skull with the hands over the mouth. Whichever one you choose, but I really like that idea.
yeah, I think it would be better if we zoom out, put the type around the skull, and maybe have the hands just as this. I mean, they don't have to be arms going to the trim, you know?
Hmm.
It could just be like enough to indicate that there's hands over a mouth or something. Or, you know, you could do the sail up thing. I don't know how you're going to do it, but, you know, like right now it's all in your face. Like pull it up, give us some room to breathe a little bit.
Okay.
I think I like the skull one too the best, honestly. I think it's going to be the easiest because you can actually rudimentarily kind of illustrate this and it would look cool versus this one. It's just going to have to be really super pretty.
Why don't you like the skull up close?
It's just like in my face, man.
Oh,
Like there's no room to breathe. You guys, does that make sense? Like it's suffocating me. It's so big. You guys get that?
I don't know. I like it up close. I think I've seen posters when it's like really, really big and like it's only part of something, but you still know what it is. That's how I feel like his direction is going with this.
I could be wrong. Prove me wrong.
But I mean,
And one of my employees asked me, "How do I?" You know, I was like, "You could prove me wrong." They're like, "How do I prove you wrong?" I said, "Make it look good." It's that simple. Make it look good, and I'll be like, "Okay, great." So yeah, if you feel like you can make this look good, for me, it's too much. But I don't know. I don't know everything, so I'm open. I prefer the hands over everything else too, honestly. The wired together, like for me, a wired together would just be like here. For me, a wired together would just be like no teeth, like, and where the teeth were supposed to be, you just went right. You know what I mean? And stop. You weren't so deliberate on. You have to put the teeth, and I have to make sure it looks like it's been sewn together, and you know all that stuff. It's a little too literal.
In other words, make up your mind. Teeth or wires?
Yeah, exactly. One or the other. That would be my 2 cents on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just interpreting.
I think we should go. I think we should go skulls.
Okay.
But it's up to you. I think they're all fairly strong. So you pick your direction, and I'd love to see a rough next week.
Okay.
And maybe try it 2 different ways. If you're gonna go to the skull, maybe try it. Maybe try one that's really tight, and then one where we kind of like give it a little bit of space and see which one.
Okay.
See which one looks better.
Stay silent. If you don't, you'll wind up just like that skull.
All right. So let's see, Zach and Linda. Don't let me forget about yours because I know you put them in thumbnails. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I've been telling people about this one, Zach. This one's funny. Wait, are these the thumbnails?
Okay, what?
Oh no, these are the other ones.
The iterations?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I told you to move into the guitar one.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I think
I like the dump on the White House.
Where
It
is
was
it?
like the 3rd page or
That's
something.
yeah, 3rd page.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. The one on the White House.
So I like the silhouette. If we did a red, white, and blue silhouette. I don't think, again, I think we're still being a little heavy-handed. Like, don't take a Trump on the White House. Right? Or on America. Do we need to say all of that?
Please, no.
Can't we just say, like, time to take a Trump? Vote 2020? Do you think that's enough? I think that's funnier.
I think it is funny. Yeah, that is funnier.
You know, I think just like letting the audience kind of solve the problem a little bit instead of like giving it. And I think honestly, where I would go is like we're starting to get into like, oh, who's that illustrator? He's got a new show on Adult Swim. What's his JJ Gillard? You know what I'm talking about? You gotta look this guy up. Like what you're doing in this one really reminds me of his illustration. J.J. Gillard, Zach, look him up.
Okay.
But honestly, I think the silhouette, just like he looks kind of presidential, but he's sitting on a toilet, red, white, and blue. Time to take a Trump, or, you know, you could even say, time to take a Trump or take a Trump, vote 2020, something like that.
Okay.
I'm liking the silhouette one the best. I think the guitar thing is a little too much, and I think I think putting the I honestly think we're simpler. I think the silhouette's the best way to go, honestly.
Okay.
Does anybody disagree with me? Anybody have a really strong feeling about another one?
I just got a question.
Why? Why? Well, it's obviously an anti-Trump poster, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Matthew? And we're doing it with a little bit of sense of humor. That's it. Now, would a
That might be the case, but
it's just with a little bit of sense of humor. So I think just this very silhouette on a toilet says "Take a Trump." Time to take a Trump. Vote 2020. I think and then just think red, white, and blue.
Okay.
That's the way I'd go with it. Because for me, White House plus doo-doo plus type plus American flags feels like a lot. You know what I mean? Or the silhouette of the America. I think just like our message is comedic, but our execution is high drama. You know what I mean? Very simple, high drama silhouette. That's it.
Okay.
That's the way I would do it. There's going to be some nice contrast there.
Okay.
That's what I think. Okay. Let's see here. What else? Where are we going? All right. Linda's, it says she's got some thumbnails.
I had to do 20 more from last week, so it's in 3.
Okay, let's see. So we are
That one. No, in 3.
in 3, R3. Okay.
Yeah.
These
So
are
I had to do the one with the word and the object. So
okay. Let me see what we're looking at here. Word and the object.
yeah.
Okay, so object from the room. Hey, so
the object from the room was a chair. The word I picked was smoke.
So what's going on? His tie is on fire. This is Trump. His tie is on fire and there's smoke?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
that just about looks like a balloon to me.
Look, it does kind of look like a balloon head. Now that's
Well, you know, I didn't draw his face in. I just drew the hair.
Well, a balloon head Trump, that would be funny. He's bobbing around. That would be great, actually. But I also like the tie on fire. To me, that says a lot. It means a lot. What's going on with this one?
He's rubbing his eyes. He's got his hand over his eyes because of the smoke.
What's happening here? Looks like an iPhone or something with a...
Yeah, that's Trump's tweet phone, and it's, you know, smoking because he never lays it down.
Okay, so everybody, a mental exercise. She's wanting to show Trump's tweets being on fire. Why are we showing a phone? How can we cut, like Occam's razor, how can we get down to what are we actually saying? What should we set on fire?
The tweets?
The tweets, right? How do we show the tweets?
The Twitter logo.
No, just like as if you were looking at his actual screenshots of his tweets, like a Twitter feed.
Yeah, so we don't need the phone. The phone is just the device. Do we see how the cliche of the phone's kind of leading us away versus not pulling us to a fine point here? Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm making that clear? All right, what's going on with this one?
Okay, that's just the top of the Statue of Liberty, and I colored it in because she's all like charred, and that's smoke all around her.
Okay. What's
And
this?
that's Trump trying to put out a fire with his foot and saying there's no fire, no smoke here.
It's interesting. It's smoking hot. What's this?
That's him with his head on fire.
He must be mad about something.
Well, you know, he does get mad. And that's sort of the same like the Statue of Liberty, you know, the United States all charred with little tendrils of smoke coming up. And the same thing with the Constitution up in smoke.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. I get that. Okay, so now we're doing a chair.
Yeah, and the chair's just spinning around because, you know, it doesn't really work.
Why not?
He seems to like want to play while he's in office, so.
I mean, can someone think of a concept to make the spinning chair work?
Put it behind a desk.
Well, it belongs behind a desk.
Maybe put a party hat on the corner of it.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Can we make this chair work? It's interesting. Especially I love the way it's drawn. Can we make this chair work?
I think so.
Well, no, I mean like, give me practical.
We
Give
can
me
make
practical suggestions on how to make it work.
We can make it into a version of musical chairs.
Okay, there's an idea. Musical chairs.
I keep looking at maybe something like spinning out of control.
Yeah, could be spinning out of control. Got lawn chair.
Yeah, I was running out of chairs.
That's interesting. Trump's America. I mean, there you go, right there. I think you got it. All you got to do is say vote 2020 now at the bottom. What do you guys think? This one.
There should be a chair that says,
I like that one.
there should be a chair that says, who should sit here? You decide.
Well, that's what she's actually, that's what she's saying, Matthew, without having to use those many words. Right?
Okay, well, how about who win? Who won?
Yeah, she's saying that. Supreme Court question mark. And it has this chair, and all you got to do is say vote 2020, and that's going to get people out. Right? What, do you guys agree or disagree? It kind of hurts my heart when I look at it. Oh my God. Supreme Court. I mean, we're not really taking a side.
Yeah, I think it's loud and clear.
We're just telling them what's on the line, right? Now, conceptually, it's not that, you know, we're not, this isn't a big intellectual idea, is it?
No.
But where's the weight? So it's going to be on how we execute. So I like this one. This one made me stop, which is good. That's a good thing. Pay attention when you stop at stuff and like you feel like an internal gasp, which this one made me do. That means there's some legs to it. No pun intended. This one too. This one made me laugh. And there's something interesting about this first one too. So these three start developing. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Looks like I've gone over everybody's.
Oh, you know what? I don't know how to upload mine. I'm like, I don't know. So
I wish you could share your screen because I could see what you're doing, but I think they disabled that. So here, this is how easy it should be.
How do I even create the folder?
All right, so this is how. So
Just right click.
Just right click in here.
yeah. See, watch. I'm sharing my screen, right? So I'm just going to control click because I'm on a mouse. I'm on a Mac. And it says new folder. So, Lisa, what's your last name?
Manly.
One more time?
Manly.
Like that?
Ley.
Ley. Okay. And then once you get into your folder, I'm just going to drag something in for now. Like, look, I got just, if you're on a Mac, all you should have to do is, if you're on a PC, I don't know. But on a Mac, all you should have to do is like take this, drag it, and it uploads. There it is. Super easy.
Doesn't do it.
So just drag your stuff into that folder.
Or you
Anybody heard from Roderick this week? Anybody seen him in any other classes?
No, I don't have them in any of my classes.
And okay, so
He was logged into Slack earlier today. I saw him, but I didn't talk to him.
okay. Well, somebody reach out. Tell him I asked about him. Looks like he's on here.
So let me see.
I see you on there, dude. You skipping?
Skipping.
Apparently he is. He's not on the call. Because I think we've gone out, like, I need to look at Lisa's.
It says I don't have
I
permission.
need to look at mine too.
Yeah. Okay. Who said that?
Me.
Ariana.
Ariana. Oh, you got your stuff in here. Okay. Ariana. Yeah. Okay. Which ones do I look at?
The PDF.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You had some dinosaur ones. Okay. It's starting to develop.
Wow.
It's starting to develop here. Now, boy, I'm not sure. Like, I feel like, how are you making these? Are you in Photoshop here?
Yeah. Just sketching in Photoshop.
I think you're trying to perfect these a little too much. I think we all fell in love with it. Do you have that original sketch?
I do. I believe it's, yeah, it's in there.
Yeah. This one.
Okay.
You see there's a difference in quality on this one as what you're doing. I think you're like trying to make it too nice. Whereas this one was really it's kind of loose and it's still kind of like not so developed. And I think that's part of its charm.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think you're trying to work too hard. This, like, this is in your sketchbook?
I think that's also on Photoshop, but I just used a pencil tool instead of a pen tool.
Yeah. Do whatever you did to this.
Okay.
Make it big. I'm not even sure if we need any color. Maybe just a little bit of, maybe a little American flag or something down here, because the black and white is really jiving. What do you guys think? Am I crazy?
No, I like the black and white. It's pretty dramatic.
Yeah. That one, when I saw it, it just stopped me. I was like, oh my God. There's just something about it. It's really nice.
All right.
So whatever quality here, I feel like you're losing it here. And honestly, I just think you're trying too hard. You know what I mean? You're trying to fine tune it. I think you're trying to be like, when I worked with James, the guy who did this poster, I used to work with him, and he'd be like, stop trying to be a designer, right? Mainly, stop trying so hard. Don't try so hard. You got it. That first little sketch you had it. Just make it big. And then there was a dinosaur one too. What was that dinosaur one? I feel like again you're trying to like pretty up the form a little bit, and I think the original little loose thumbnail. And just like, this is a good one for Linda. Linda, this is a good lesson for you. That chair that says Supreme Court,
Mm-hmm.
please do not try and make that perfect. The way you have it looks really great. Just figure out some little things to give it some depth. That's it.
Okay.
Make sense? Don't, you've heard that jump the shark saying before. Don't jump the shark on this one. Yeah, look how boat's coming out of his mouth. Right? I'm not sure he needs stick legs. I think you might need to develop them a little bit more. But, the boat, look how you've changed it. You've changed it from his boats. That's the original.
Yeah.
Now he's in this we've gone from 1960s dinosaur Godzilla to Jurassic Park of the 90s. He's in this new pose, this comic booky pose. No, I mean, there's something clunky about this that was really working. Maybe him, but don't change the V. Oh, you did the V there. I think you need to flip the V back right, because it's going to look like Coach J. Right, I read that as a C.
Right.
But yeah, I think the one that's got the most legs is the eagle. I would just go in that direction if you feel confident in it.
All right.
Don't pretty it up. Okay, Lisa, were you able to upload?
I'm trying. I finally got into Google, so let me see if I can.
So I got that link in the chat window. I posted it for Lauren to use. You just click on that and it should take you right to this folder.
I use my middle name. Let's see. Okay. 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 All right. Okay, so I'm in Lisa Lynn now.
Okay, Lisa Lynn.
That's my middle name.
Okay, Lisa Lynn. Okay, great. Awesome.
I had to create a new Google account. That's why.
Okay. Well, they're free, so
Yeah.
there you go. Did you do all 60? I remember you were a little less.
I have been doing maybe 20-ish, so I probably have 60 altogether, but these are the latest ones that I did. So there's about 20.
All right, so this week what I want you to do is I want you to capture all of them.
Okay.
Just want to make sure that we've done 60. And then, because that's the point. Now these loose ones are getting kind of interesting. What's this?
That was I was trying to do a V. I was trying to make the V and the OTE, and then I was trying to make a road to kind of go vote. I'm still trying to do the thing with the mailing and the driving, but I was trying to use more contrasty kind of things, but also make an idea.
I like this big hand. Do you guys like this big hand?
Yeah, it's really eye-catching.
Yeah, I think if we made it kind of interesting, remember how in the last online class we had where what's his face was Nixon was all different colored? I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Or Obama.
Look, I'm sitting here with a big pink leg behind me. It's got that same kind of feel.
So make that all colorful?
Maybe. If it's done the right way, I think that would be cool.
I could try.
I mean, even this formally, it looks kind of nice. When I say formally, what does that mean?
Oh, I know what I was doing. I know what I was doing too. I was trying to make it like a letter and a road. So this was kind of like the letter. And then I was also trying to spell vote out of it, but that didn't kind of work. But I was trying to do a letter. And remember when they used to have seals or a mark to kind of close it? I mean, nobody knows. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what that was. And I was trying to make that into an OT and then the road. So I was trying to do like a letter and a road together.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody's going to get that, but formally, when I say formally, what do I mean by that?
Visually,
Yeah, it's form.
Oh,
Not that everything's wearing ties, like it's formal. No, like the form of it. Like formally, it's very interesting looking. I keep wanting to like look at it. To me, it kind of looks, if we looked at it upside down, this looks like a belt and this looks like a crotch in some way. But it's kind of interesting, especially the lines. And your lines, the way you've done this, are pretty interesting. Now, speak your piece. I kind of like that, but I think you should make it small.
make what small?
Speak your piece. Like the hand should be the biggest thing. Now, let's talk about this. So the context of a poster, let's zoom out all the way from the context. So we have a context of a boat poster, right? We can zoom out even farther in context, and that gives us some clues on how to design a poster. So where do posters hang?
on walls.
What kind of walls?
Office walls, homes.
I don't know. When I think of posters, I think of
Oh, they're advertising.
subways. Like you're
Right,
going down a
they're on-
subway
they're on the
escalator.
They're on the street, right? So there's an element of what we call timing. What do you think timing is?
How
From
long
when
a person can see when they pass it?
Right. So a billboard, what do you think the timing is on a billboard?
a
3
couple
seconds.
seconds.
Right. Right. So a poster, say for instance, what are people's behavior? Has anybody ever ridden the subway?
Yes.
What do you do at a subway stop? There's two behaviors. What are they?
You mean when you're standing trying to get on, or when you're on already?
Well, there's either on the subway platform, there's two behaviors. What are they?
You stand like it, ready to jump onto that train, looking at the tracks. It's definitely one of
You're
them.
either racing to get on a train or you're standing around waiting for one.
Right.
Right? So if you're standing around waiting for one, what do you think the timing is like?
Forever.
Right. So we have plenty of time. So what's great about this, and I want everybody to listen to this because I'd like to see you employ these things into your pieces. But so we have some big elements that's going to draw their attention. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so like with a poster, we have time. So it's very helpful to put some big things and some very tiny things. Like we have a big thing to draw them in, and then once they get, then they can, from a distance, they barely see that there's some type on it. And if they're interested, what they'll do is they'll walk up closer to it and read everything else on the poster. Does that make sense?
Right.
If we've done our job making something interesting to look at, they're going to be interested and check it out. So the idea with a poster is, and I gave you this assignment the first week of class and never followed up. Who said
Oh, you're gonna ask that now.
Who said a good poster enters through the eye and explodes in the mind? Who said it?
Cassandra,
Yes.
Yes.
something like that. It's French.
Yes. He was one of the very
That was
first
his
posters.
Yep.
nom de plume.
Very good. So see, I'm teaching you a little bit of graphic design history too. He was one of the very first poster designers. So this poster has always been the poster in graphic design, that's why I always assign them, is because it's like one of these sacred pieces that as a graphic designer, it's what we make. Does everybody understand that? Of course, I'm pretty old school, but you know, now I think it would probably be the meme. I think graphic design has, we could call it transcended or degraded, I don't know, but the meme is one of the best, I think it's one of the most prolific of this era pieces of graphic design because it is so moving, it is so captivating, and it's kind of become a language all of its own. It's this piece of visual communication that I find very interesting. And for those of you who are still stuck and working on your thumbnails, i.e., where are you, Marianne? If you're stuck, I would say start looking at memes and see if you could start bringing some of those into your work. Because that's like, their influence, I feel like, is starting to really influence graphic design. Big time. And I see them being way more prolific in the future as well. Okay, so it's time to speak your mind, and we're showing a clock.
Well, that's so trite.
No.
I know.
The big hand. This is formally cool, but I don't think people are going to see all that. Let's look through the rest. Love this. Love this.
I was just trying to use lines.
I love it. I love it. So I didn't write on the big hand, but the big hand one. Love this one.
Oh, that's a hand.
This one's kind of interesting too, but not really, you know, I think this one's stronger. What's going on here? It says Google, don't sit back.
No, it says go vote.
I mean, really, like, we could just go into the goof. There is some of these. There's like time to vote, and I mean, we could it could be like a I know that you know kind of joke that these are kind of so bad they're good. Kind of like these are kind of like the dad jokes of graphic design. But like, you know, it's so like it's so there. It's funny. Like, you've taken an idea and then went over the top, and it's really kind of. It's actually so bad it's good. But honestly, I think you've got some more notes that are actually really good, like the big hand, the big peace sign, and that beautiful little like line one. I don't know what this is, but I'm not going to.
Voting booth.
That's a voting booth. Okay.
Somebody's voting, and then there's stamp.
Okay, just make this nice. Don't overdo it. There's a rudimentary quality to a lot of all these things that I see that, you know, a lot of students go into the computer and make it all computered up.
So if I hand draw it, would be better?
I think so.
Okay.
And then you can colorize it in the computer, but, you know, don't computer it up here.
That one almost looks like a hand.
Which one?
The one you commented on.
Oh, here? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about it. There's just like some nice weird stuff happening.
I come to go to bed.
Huh?
Hey, how many fingers am I holding up? What fingers?
Yeah, there's kind of a nice little humanistic quality to that I really like. Okay, and so I think that's going to wrap it up today. I think I've kind of worked in a few things, but, you know, honestly, it's been a long day. I'm ready to call it. Are you guys ready to call it? We took a quiz. We went over all the stuff. So next week, I want to see some serious progress on these pieces, because I think in 2 weeks, I think they're going to be due, because we got to move on. So, and that'll put us right in time for, if they're due in 2 weeks, that'll put us right in time where we can start packaging. I can give you that on the 30th when we meet in class again. I can give you that box making demonstration and start you on that packaging. So I think that's where we need to be. And I think we're in the shape to get there. So this week's going to be crucial. Play with a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different formats. Like, for those of you who have a couple of directions, you need to rough in it and work with Medium on like how you're going to figure this out. We'll figure out, you know, try it in Illustrator, try it in Photoshop. If you have any other ideas, try it with hand done stuff. You know, really do the work to figure this thing out this week. And next week, I want to see some solid comps on these. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right. Is that clear?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good one, Chris.
Yeah.
Later, everybody. Wrong mouse.